Welcome back, watch fans. Let's dive into another strap review, and this one for the straps that I think fit best on. This one is, of course, the Seiko Turtle. Now, 4 different iterations of the Seiko Turtle on basically 3 different straps. On the left here, we've got the SRPC 44, the Golden Turtle, the girdle, as some people call it. Very nice watch. This is the oldest version right here, and this one is several years old, been very well worn, but it's got that classic metal buckle, got that classic metal keeper. This one is the SRPE 05, which I call the grenade dial, on an OEM strap from Seiko. Here we have the SRPA 21, the Paddy Diver. Oh, very nice looking watch on a beautiful Barton Silicone Elite strap. Very well done, super comfy. And last but not least, we have the SRPE 93 on a Dive Core FKM rubber strap. This is from Strap Habit. And I wanted to make a video where I cover the differences in my journey through these different straps. I've changed from, well, which one is the best to the next best FKM rubber, best silicone, which is most comfortable, versatile, etc. So I thought I would cover some of my thoughts on this. And at one point, I believed that the OEM rubber strap that comes with Seiko was the absolute best that you could get. And I'll show you watch check or wrist check today. We've got the, that's the beautiful Christopher Ward Aquitaine on another rubber strap, which is very cool. So on the green grenade dial here, original equipment, OEM silicone, they call it silicone, but it kind of feels right between silicone and FKM. Very flexible, very durable. It's thicker, and let me measure that for you. I'm gonna measure the width because this one has a bit of a flare, as you will see at the end here. It's a little bit wider than the lugs, and it definitely gives it a little different look, but I think it looks really cool. So that one is 24.9, almost 25 millimeters wide, and then it tapers down to 20. And I want to try this on, and I'll show you the way these look so that you can kind of just gauge for yourself. My wrist is 7 1/4. This is a very long strap designed to be worn with, of course, you know, a wetsuit, etc. Suitable for diving if you're into that. You can see that awesome metal keeper. That is a lot of material though. You can see it on the other side coming around. I mean, definitely a cool strap. And of course, I'll put on that black one real quick too. Classic Seiko, very well done. You can buy these, however, they're quite expensive. If you are buying a real one, they're over $100, I have found. And the ones that I have found on eBay that I ordered that I thought were OEM and genuine were not. So you have to be careful, at least I've discovered you have to be careful. Again, here we have one that's been worn for many years, and you can see its wear, but other than a little curvature, it's actually in great shape. It's doing great. Very durable, as would be expected from Seiko. And of course, other than the gold PVD color, and by the way, that has held up very well, testament to Seiko. There we have those same dimensions on the very nice Golden Turtle. It is an awesome strap, and I think it is great. The watch strap that comes with these, the genuine OEM Seiko Turtle strap, is awesome. Now, I set out to find one that was even better and more comfortable. I stumbled on the Barton Elite, and I'm going to show you the differences, and I'm going to measure them right now and I'm going to show you the thickness difference because they are definitely thicker. You saw how thick or how wide the OEM was. As far as thickness, 3.8, 3.7, give or take. Let's measure the thickness on this bad boy. It's definitely thinner, 2.6. It's quite a bit, 2.5, quite a bit thinner. And as far as width is concerned, it's going to be 22 almost. Solid 21.9, almost 22 with a very slight taper down to 20. Definitely thinner. It also comes, of course, with the little quick release tabs. But the interesting thing about this is it has a little keeper tab on it, and I will show you what I mean by that right here when I get it on. It's always cumbersome to do this on camera, but you see this little hole right here, and I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but once you tuck it in, and it has a little keeper tab under this strap, and you will see that it gets held in place very well by this little tiny tab, little flare in there. So that's not going anywhere. It's stuck inside of this little bitty tiny little hook that's in there that sticks into the hole, holds it in place. It's much thinner, of course, than the OEM. It is arguably more comfortable because it is thinner. It is definitely silicone. Now they say silicone, you know, adheres to lint, etc. I have not discovered that to be the case with this one. It has just enough texture, etc., that it's not been a problem. I like that it has a different color on the underside. This is the Barton Elite. You can get them on Amazon and other places. I can put the link down below. But I came across these and I just thought it was sharp looking, super comfy, and I really like that little keeper, because sometimes this little end will, of course, come out from underneath this keeper and it will pull away, and throughout the day, if you're wearing it, depends on what you're doing, it'll pull out and you'll have it kind of flopping around. But this one, there's no way that's going to happen because you got that little keeper there. Very impressive. It also has the little Barton quick release there, and a lot of straps these days have that. Now these are not the Seiko little pins, because the little spring bar in there is smaller. You can see a little bit of give. Now, however, the benefit is that you can take it off and you can change them out. Of course, you could probably pull that out and swap it out with Seiko pins if you needed to. However, I mean, your mileage may vary. Next thing you know, I discovered this. This is an FKM strap from Strap Habit, and you see the signed buckle right there. It's called Dive Core, and this one also has the little tab, little keeper. You see the little hole right there, and as you put it on, you will see, and I will try it on for you, but I'm going to show you here before. It's got this little hole that goes inside, or a little tab that sticks inside that little hole, and it's not going anywhere once you get it on. So this is definitely thicker than the Barton. Of course, this is FKM rubber. Feels a little bit smoother, but it's definitely also very soft. So let's measure it and see. I got 21.6, tapers down to the 20, so the same taper. Let's measure the thickness here. 4.0. That's even thicker than the OEM strap. We'll go back to 3.6, 3.7, give or take. Yes, it even looks thicker. You can tell by looking at the material there that it's thicker. Not by much, but by a little bit. So it has the feel of a very supple FKM rather than silicone, but it is very pliable, very, very soft. So it also has lots of options as far as sizing. Now these Dive Core, I did not see an extra strap in there to where it would be a long or short, like in the Barton. However, because it's just so infinitely adjustable, and it's not overly long, I would say, at least not for my wrist. My wrist is 7¼ inches. I always try to say that, but sometimes I do forget. Once we get that in there, and that little keeper inside of the little hole and the little divot that's there, well, there you go. There it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. It's, of course, signed by Strap Habit. So many options, and it is very thick. So if you're looking for a thicker, I guess, more substantial strap that you can wear a heavier watch on, this might be a good option. However, for general durability, comfort, etc., I have found these Barton Elite straps to be just purely awesome. As far as cost is concerned, these are, I think, just under $25 on Amazon. Quite a bargain. Now, these dive core, I think, are a little more. These are, I think, $65. And from Strap Habit, that is the price that I found on Strap Habit online. Now, again, if you're going to order the OEM straps, you're going to pay a premium because Seiko parts, other than getting them from Seiko, I've not found them, if they are actual legitimate Seiko, I've not found them for less than $100. So your mileage may vary, of course, but those are just my thoughts on which straps are the absolute best. And I think this new one from Divecore definitely fits the bill for a rugged, durable, thick strap. But the Barton Elite definitely fits the bill for something super comfortable. And I have them in different colors and sizes, and they work so well on different watches. Well, as usual, thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, these come in different colors, of course. The Barton comes in many colors, blue, they have different rotating colors for the underside as well. And the Divecore comes in, I know it comes in, this is this bright orange color, which is just kind of vibrant and cool. It comes in a yellow, comes in a blue and a black as well. So if you're interested in one of these or all of the above, or changing out your OEM strap, there you go. There's my thoughts on which ones are awesome and not. Thanks for watching.